leaving, I want to say how much I appreciated his comments, in particular his experiences with seeing people who feel going into education that is not a four-year degree is something less than a four-year degree. I've experienced that myself, and as far as I know, everybody getting a four-year degree wants a vocation. Therefore, as my attitude is, all education is vocational education, because everybody's out there wanting to get a job when they complete their credential. So might keep that in mind as something just to talk about. Mr. Bates, you recommended we consider ways to increase work-based learning as part of the Perkins Act reauthorization. I think we can all agree that work-based learning is important and it benefits students. If you want to say more about that, okay, but I think we get that. But tell me what Toyota did to get the schools on board with this idea, because that is usually a big hurdle to face.
Yes, that is a good question, Congresswoman. One of the things that we had to do when we first were looking into this program is we had to be very honest with the schools. The community college came to our facility and were asking us how they were doing. And we had to tell them, unfortunately, the graduates and the students that they were producing were not meeting our qualifications. And that was measured through a pre-employment test, skills test, technical test that the graduates had to take. We had a 25% pass rate, which is not very good. And so they were very willing to hear and take that knowledge, and we shared with them the AMT program that Toyota had utilized in Kentucky. And they then went out of their way and visited the communities, colleges in Kentucky. They went to Mississippi, and they saw the value of this program, and they also saw and recognized the value of workforce, or I'm sorry, cooperative work experiences. And I think that experience allowed them to then realize the benefit of it. The other benefit that we had locally is that one of the directors of the program had gone through many, many years ago a tool and die journeyman's apprenticeship. And he was able to then also realize the value of his work experience in getting to where he was in his career. So those types of experiences, and reminding the schools that their job is to help produce students who can find employment. And the best way to do that is to provide them an education and also provide them with an opportunity to apply that education and develop that skill.
I've talked with Toyota people about the T10 program and about how you involve smaller employers in your program too, and I want to commend Toyota for having the perspective that it's important to help people get a good education throughout the community, because you share these people back and forth. And I'm a big proponent, as my colleagues know, of apprenticeships, internships, on the job. But I understand that Toyota has not registered the AMT program with the Department of Labor. Can you discuss the reasons you opted not to register the program?
I think I can answer that question simply as logistics. The AMT program is not just a program that Toyota is doing it by itself. We are really dependent upon the school to provide the curriculum and the training. We have over 160 other companies that are part of the program in a variety of different states, and to coordinate what that would require to get it federally recognized would be a very difficult endeavor. I would say, however, in my understanding of federal recognized apprentice programs, what we have would meet the qualifications for that program.
Thank you very much. Mr. Say, at what age do you think schools should start exposing students to career exploration and CTE learning opportunities?
Congresswoman, I personally feel that the earlier the better. I think kids should generally get to make their own choices. They should be able to explore what's right for them as early as possible. As Senator Kane mentioned earlier, I think middle school would be a great starting point for kids to look at different paths they want to take in life.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, just one quick comment about the comments about the 25% pass rate. It does us no good to keep throwing money at these programs if we don't have accountability and they aren't producing what it is we need. So I think this hearing is great at telling us how we need to reform the programs to get what we need for the money we're paying.
Gentlelady's time has expired. Ms. Bonamici.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. And Mr. Ranking Member, I'm very glad